Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever episode, or... God damn it! Already fucked it up.
Synchronize.
Diabolical Duo Discussions, which is a podcast with me, Dummy.
Discussions.
But yeah, it's with me, Dummy, and with...
Awesome. Yeah.
Couldn't even sound more fucking uninterested. God damn it. Okay. But yeah, this is gonna be a very... I don't know what we decided on. It's gonna be a podcast. If it's now and then and like stuff like that, we find out sooner or later. We're just gonna discuss and talk a little bit about. First of all, the first part of this new podcast is basically gonna be we're gonna talk about some news in video games and probably like gonna discuss a little bit about that. Then at the part 2, where we're going to have a list, which basically we got to prepare for today. One of each, and we're gonna it's basically like a what if scenario where you do like something happens and we're gonna discuss about it later. Where we have 3 options for which we previously decided on. Sounds good, Dib?
Sounds good.
Do you have anything to say about this?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Just okay.
That's what I think. Okay. Okay.
Well, we're a classy man here, so it's a little bit weird. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Like with my visual thing, like it's good.
News to people.
It's like the animated background.
News to people. Dib has Ramus as a profile screen on fucking Discord. Now people know. So now it won't be discussed. Like
now people know.
Now people won't be confused anymore. So yeah.
Gentlemen now. I gentle Dib.
Would you like to? Let's just talk about first. Like, what have you been playing, Dib, recently?
Playing. What have I been playing? What have I been playing? I've been playing Shimigami Tensei DX2 on the mobile device, and it's an amazing game. I've had so much fun with it.
Was that the one you were
you
streaming?
don't have like with... Dude, does it say it? I streamed it. I haven't really streamed it yet. I plan to. But, dude, the game is so much fun. It's like the other Shimigami Tensei games where, there's a you can dungeon crawl, what have you. There's the recruiting system. Apparently that's throughout the series. I have to play like an actual game of Shimigami Tensei because the dialogue is just hilarious. Like, I bet there's like thousands of scenarios in the actual games, but for the talking ones, there's obviously recycling ones. Though the way you go about it is always different. I guess you could say. I never really know. Like, it's one of those systems where it's a random chance to talk to a demon, and then you gotta choose the want to hear the most. And sometimes, you'd think it'd be the same answers you did the last demon. Nope. And so they just get mad at you, and then like they just automatically get a turn. Like you automatically use your entire turn. Like everyone loses. You just lose your turns with your monsters, and then they just get to go. Other times, they just join you automatically, and that's awesome. I like that in terms of just recruiting stuff. But I like the conversations because here's my favorite one so far. A unicorn, like a bicorn, like it's an evil unicorn, pretty much. It was funny. So I was just starting a fight. I talked to him. He's like, why are you whipping out on me? It's like, no, you just stand ground. And he's like, I see you playing little beak, little bitch guy. Or like, you're a little bitch. And so the conversation continued, and then I acted intimidated, and they're like, okay, I'm a bitch.
So you're just a little bitch.
You're a little bit, and then you act up. And you're like, okay, I'm a little.
So the entire game is very like heavily on the story then.
A very huge story-based game. Like they also get, like, every time you get a player level up, they give you so much stamina just to continue playing the game, and it's so much fun. it's a gacha game too, except you don't really. In fact, it's better just to not do gachas. Like don't ever spend gems on gachas. It's kind of pointless because the drop rate of them, like the good ones, are really dirt low. It's like not even like a whole 1 point.
What are
It's
gachas?
like 1%. It's like something. What?
What are gachas?
Okay, so gacha games are pretty much where invest usually the in-game currency, you know, gems. Not like coins, like you could just earn automatically, like the special currency, like gems, whatever that special currency is. You spend it on usually 10 drops. You know how in Yu-Gi-Oh you can pick up to 10 packs? You know, that's kind of like that kind of deal. You know, you're not guaranteed, like you can get pretty much anything whenever you do a gacha.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like random, random item, basically getting.
Yeah,
like, you get something that something drops from a. Is it a gacha ball then?
It's usually called banners. That's usually the term people call it. Call it other things in game, like summon. Like in this one, it's like summoning, or I think it was like superior summoning. Yeah, except like again, the chances of actually getting in that kind of specific thing is dirt low, and you have so much of a high probability of just getting things you could just earn naturally.
Ah, so it's like sometimes you get something really useful, sometimes you just get something you don't really need.
Just get something you just don't need, and just like that rare chance, you'll get something that's really, really, really good. However, again, like I said before, with this one, it's just much more better just to earn, with a lot more better monsters, and you need. I'd say you need to just use the basic summon, like you can just earn basic summon papers, you know, basic summon papers that gets 1 to 3, because the summons in the store give you different archetypes, and that's useful for fusion. So if you like, for example, I got like two special in the beginning of the game when you start out, they give you like 2 you know, summon pieces of paper. You can summon up to 4 or 5, and there was one that summons a 3 to 5. I actually got one of the best 3-star monsters for my 3-star gacha, and then I wound up getting 4 new of the 2 level 4 or rank 4 demons that were just added to the game, and are apparently like the best things ever, because one starts the game off with total damage, like 20% damage reduction for 3 turns, and the other one can bring people back from the dead.
Oh Jesus! So basically,
I just got like the god level 4 rolls. That's like yes, yes. So and they're things that I like too.
So you started off the game pretty overpowered, basically.
Played it for a while using like I walked around with like their rank 1 stuff. Like there's this thing that looks like a gumbo, and this one that's just kind of really, really goofy looking, like big. I'm talking like big ears, eggplant head, and like his. It's oh god, like it was a very inappropriate monster because it's got like a little it's like it has a little dick showing. Oh. And like they have a rating, like a feedback system in the game where you go to that monster, and there's a feedback page for it, and everyone's just commenting like it's got a little Pee-wee Herman. And it's like, there's all these little funny comments with every single gumbo comment. Yeah, so for that monster that looks like gumbo.
I like the idea of just like walking up to Foreman and just like Pee-wee Herman's face, like whoa. It's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here?
Funny. When I recruited my first of that monster, that was my second favorite. He was really funny. He was extremely funny. Like pull my finger, and it's just like dib humor. Except I think there might have been like a random. You know, obviously demon comment. I mean, like as in like, oh, I want to eat humans or something like that. But like the rest of his like conversations were just funny. Yeah. Like pull my finger or like shake my hand, so I shake his hand and like it healed my party. Just like yes, Yes, I've made a good friend. I have made a very dear rank 1 friend that probably won't do me much good like later in the game, but yeah, I liked it. I like the game.
It seems like you're having a lot of fun with that game.
I'm gonna do more episodes later today, probably.
Yeah. Anything else? Like,
I have yet to try PvP yet. I don't know how I really feel about it because, like, if the in that game, the battle system really is dependent on having the right weakness. Like, pretty much, if you have the better weakness set up, or like the enemy doesn't have the coverage over the enemy, you kind of basically win because you get more turns in. The more you hit the weak spot of any, like, you know, if you hit a weak spot of an enemy, you use half of that turn. It's a huge consequence. Like, if you miss an attack, you lose 2 points. It's like 2 whole points of. It's pretty disgusting.
yeah.
At most, I think you get like 5 turns. You do a lot with those. It's pretty busted.
Okay.
It's a strong system.
I need to kind of interrupt you real quick, Dib. If you guys are listening to the VOD here, it's not gonna be like this every single time. I know Dib is kind of cutting out a little bit, but it's like small spikes in the Discord. It's always kind of happens, but they said they were going to fix it later. I'm sorry, but Dib, you can basically hear what Dib is saying. Don't worry, Dib, about that.
Like, increased my gain control at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, gain.
Yeah.
No, I think you'd like it. It's pretty much, it's more RPG than just random mobile game. It's just full on.
I mean, my mobile experience is pretty, like, whenever I don't really travel a lot, or like when I'm first on a bus, then maybe I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna take out a game or something. But it's like, usually I don't play mobile phone games, but then it's like, when I get the chance, I'm like, oh, yeah, might as well play something. Like, just sit around gaming, you know.
Just play mobile games at home, dude. Like, if you play it anywhere with, like, using your mobile data, you're just gonna get charged like a crap ton, because games usually, you know, take up a lot of mobile data.
I wish there was a way to disable that, though. Like, just like, hey, you have this downloaded on your phone, maybe you could play it without connecting to the internet.
All the mobile games take Wi-Fi nowadays, though, so that is indeed sad.
I miss Snake. Snake was the best game. Or Tetris. Whenever I had that on the phone, I was like really revolutionary. Back in my day. But yeah. Have you been playing anything else? Like, something like different maybe, or something like that?
Well, besides Monster Legends, the only other game I've really played would be Minion Masters. I've played Minion Masters. That's basically like Clash Royale, except it's on the computer. It's a Steam game, and it's a lot of fun. And Clash Royale isn't fun, but it's like I feel like if you want more tactics to, you know, if you're getting tired of Clash Royale, hook yourself up with some Minion Master.
You got to get the hookup, you know. Dib knows the guy.
Dib knows the guy. Just me and Jer play it all the time. Like all the time. We duo up, and it's a lot of fun. Playing with friends on that game is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Right. I guess.
What have you been delving into?
What I've been delving into, I mean, it's been a very, like, let's just say, dead area recently, per se. It hasn't been like very active per se in the gaming world. I've mostly just been doodling and drawing on my tablet, but I have been playing Dungeon Defenders for the first of all. It's a little bit old game per se. It's basically it's a game where you have to defend the crystal. It's a tower defense game. You join your friends, set up towers. Me and Connor played it for a bit, and we were basically having a lot of fun. And after he was like, okay, I'm done for today, bye, then I was just sat there just playing, like, for another, like, hours upon hours where I just like, I need to set up a build, I need to set up towers, I need to... I was just getting addicted again, and it's like... Dungeon Defenders was a huge game back when it came out, but it's like... Right now it's Dungeon Defenders 2, but you know...
I play both with my brother.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
Playing 2 because I could be Cthulhu. I have like a Cthulhu character. It's like I think it's like a necromancer character, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, like the Cthulhu, like yeah. I think I can't remember the real name. I think it's the necromancer.
The necromancer, yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm in Dungeon Defenders 1. I'm more of a summoner guy, while in Dungeon Defenders 2, I'm more of a huntress or. Actually, there was... Recently in Dungeon Defenders 2, I think I played the Squire, because the Squire is... Again, in any game, in every game of Dungeon Defenders, what you gotta realize is that the Squire can do everything, and is probably the best character you can ever play, because it's the most simple, and it does the most damage. Like, easy as that.
Yeah, like, if you just don't like with stuff, you don't want to do anything really high skill caps up, just play Warrior in game. That's how, like any game. Any game.
Yeah, just play this.
Warrior. Just play the Warrior.
It's the basic class. Like, that's a really typical trope, because it's like, you don't know what to do in World of Warcraft? Play the Warrior. He's simple and he's like easy to play. If you don't know what to do in Dungeon Defenders, play the Squire, aka the Warrior. Like, you don't know what to do in Dark Souls? God bless your soul.
If you don't want to get good in League of Legends, just play Garen.
Yeah.
Warrior. Bam, spin to win.
Who else is very simple in League of Legends?
Oh, like, I'd probably say Teemo.
Yeah. Teemo is very simple.
Teemo, the king of simplicity. Shoot your dart at someone's ass, and then put a bunch of mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah. Usually, basically, just easy ways to play Teemo. Just place a bunch of mushrooms and just watch as you see people just yell at you in chat like, stop!
People hate you.
Yeah. Okay, other than Dungeon Defenders though, I have been, like, there is one game that I've been playing a lot of, and that is, a couple of friends of mine recently got into Ark, Survival Evolved again, which was it's a fun game. It's like a survival game where you basically just run around, pick berries. Like, I don't know what to call it, but like, you can tame dinosaurs, you can hunt dinosaurs, it's pretty much that. It's just a survival game where you, like, hunt dinosaurs, and, well, like, that's fun and all, like, you could just, a really fun thing is you can't play that game single player. You gotta play multiplayer. Find a couple friends, then play multiplayer. Like, I think, didn't you play it?
Yeah, I played it with my brother, Cole and Yurt. In all honesty, though, I don't really like Minecraft-like games all too much.
Survival games, like just
anything Minecraft related, I'd say, yeah, anything that requires. I just hate it because like things just destroy everything you work. Like, let's say you spend like a whole hour building a house or something, and then something just comes and destroys it.
Yeah, no, that's what happened to me.
You lose all that rare material. I hate that. However, I do like there is one game that is Minecraft like that I absolutely adore, and I'll play it for like an hour or two, or just like every day. It's such a fun game, and that's Starbound, my boy.
Yeah, Starbound is fucking fantastic. Starbound and like, there's two games I really like in that genre. Survival games, it's kind of like difficult, but like I'm like, yeah, Starbound, fucking fantastic. Like, the game has like quests and stuff. It has more to do in a sense that way, because it can constantly just like oh, I don't like this world. Well, I guess I could explore another world, and it's like
that's the thing. You can move. You can explore just normal sandbox, or just like the layout of the map. You can go anywhere you want. It's amazing.
And the funny thing is, for me in that game, it's funny to me because I remember so well. I found a planet that was just nice, quiet, no monsters every monster was passive, even at night. And I was like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. Why don't I'm gonna set up base here. I started building my base, then it started raining, and then that's when I realized there was acid rain in that area. And I just like, and I was just like running around, just like, oh fuck, you're just burning me. And I couldn't beam up to this like the fucking things. I was just like dying, and I was like, fuck this planet, I'm out.
Those planets are the best. They have like the best resources.
Yeah.
Like ever. That's when you start hit. Like I think that's around the time you start hitting max. Like you maxed out all of your upgrading tables and all that stuff. It's just an awesome game.
Yeah. Other than like those games though, I wouldn't say I've been playing too much. Like again, I've been playing stuff for DNC dating and stuff. I've been playing Galgun, but I could talk about that another time because I haven't really gotten into it yet, so. If you don't know what Galgun is, it's a game where you basically shoot to hit people's pleasure spot. That's kind of game. If you want to know more about that game, though, you can stay subscribed to DNC Dating, and then you'll find out soon. Okay. Are you ready for... Well, Dib, are you ready for our first news story?
Okay. News
flash! Okay. With the going back to school kind of day, because we know we're soon going all back to school, even though I don't go back to school because I'm done with school, and I think Dib is also done with school, so we're not going back to school, but a lot of you are, or maybe aren't, or... You know, we'll find out soon. But yeah, what is happening right now, while you're going back to school, remember to, when you get home, that people want to get your money and really wants you to play their games instead of doing homework. So then, there's a thing called Overwatch Summer Games. Now, Overwatch is having another Summer Games. They are adding new skins, and including American Football Reinhardt, which looks fucking fantastic.
Yes. Okay. What's this? I was just never mind.
There's also There's also booty shorts wearing Diva with like glasses and looks pretty cool. Who's very like, it's very like classic like Japanese, or not Japanese, Korean, I'm sorry. But yeah, I can show you the pictures here, Dib. Hold on, let me just I'm gonna show you the
Reinhardt. Football Reinhardt as the first one. I want to see that.
It's fucking fantastic looking. Like if you...
My gosh.
That's fucking cool looking.
So amazing. I want it.
Yeah, oh, I accidentally started playing the fun thing. And then there's Diva, who... I mean, there's a video clip for it. And other than that, we have no idea what more is there, but currently, right now, that's about everything I currently am. Like, the current info that is available, we get a Diva thing. They did talk about actually giving the new Wrecking Ball, basically the like, I don't know if you know about it, but you know, the hamster?
Yeah.
That everybody hated, but I fucking love? Yeah. A lot of people were talking about how that is now becoming a... Like, that character is gonna get some skins, hopefully, in this like, Summer Games thing, because it's relatively new, and that means it doesn't have any like skins for him. And this info was brought to you by GameSpot. No, but basically, there's basically gonna be a lot more, like, Summer Games are coming back. Now, like, a lot of people, like, were talking about this, because there's no, like, Lucio Ball is gonna be a thing again. But I really hoped for an American football theme, where, like, it would be fucking Reinhardt charging each other down with a football in their hand. Like, come on, wouldn't you play that?
Quick. Is it only Diva and Reinhardt getting new skins?
There's more. Like, of course, there's a previous one, like, you know, Tracer, like, Tracer had a very good summer skin. Other than this, we don't really know. I think Diva and Reinhardt are the only, like, confirmed ones to have things, but I bet they're gonna make more skins for, like, other things. Other things. Good fucking explanation there, doll. Yeah, basically they're gonna add a lot more skins, and we're gonna probably see a lot more than just the Reinhardt and Diva skin. Like, of course, they're not. We haven't really seen the epic ones or like the other ones, so we're just gonna have to wait and see them, and we hopefully get them by, you know, next week, because this pack launches. I had a date, but I lost the date. This thing launches August 9th, so this Thursday actually is when it launches. So yeah,
Nice.
look forward to that, every Overwatch fan.
Oh, Reinhardt.
Yeah. I love just that. The thing is, I love Reinhardt because I didn't really think about it, but like him holding a fucking football, like charging down, that is actually very like, I could see that happening, you know? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love the fact of an American football.
Being an American, I can confirm that
Yeah.
American football player fans would love this.
Yeah. Okay, next news flash. Okay, Fortnite. Another Fortnite thing, because we always need more Fortnite things, right? Fortnite for Android will be available on Epic's website to avoid Google Play Store fees. Now, here's the deal. Fortnite will now be available on Android. I think it's currently available. I have no idea. But if you want to play like Fortnite on your Android, you can't do it through your Google Play Store or something. No, you gotta go to their website and then download it from there. Because, like, you know, fees are expensive. Like, you know, when you're trying to like add a game to like from PC to then Google Play, you gotta pay Google Play a certain amount to actually like put it up. Now I don't know if... What was it, Dib?
Fee or is it daily? Depending on your answer, I might actually make I might just make my game a Dropbox downloadable thing. I was thinking about putting my game up on Google Store. This is a very important answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. That's why. Well, you know, there's like a small fee. I don't think there's gonna be. I don't think it's expensive, but I think it like takes like a percentage of your money if you do something.
Oh, if I make money off it. Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
game. When my game comes out, it's gonna be free.
Yeah, no, but like I
Because
think
it's
it's
free,
gonna
though.
be like if Fortnite becomes like, say, that, it's gonna be free to play, of course. Like, it's always free to play.
But if they get in-app purchases, yeah, they're gonna owe Google a bunch of money. They'll lose a bunch of money. Yeah.
In that case, it's kind of understandable. Yet it's kind of like I kind of understand where they're coming from, but then again, it's kind of like also like it's cheap, yeah, but who cares really? You know who's not gonna play on Android? This guy, because you know I can barely play on PC.
Yeah, my game's gonna be on both, so both people get the luxury. I think I might even have alternate, like different for different versions. There's a special unlock character. Because with the mobile one, you only get like the front view, like in classic RPGs like Final Fantasy I guess Final Fantasy is not too good of an example. Like this would be a good example. Like you just get the monster view, you don't actually see the people.
Okay, I'm reading the thing here, and it says here, Sweeney, aka a person, I think he works for the second Sweeney that avoiding Google Play Store. I think Sweeney, Epic Games CEO, Tim Sweeney. Right, he's an Epic Games CEO, so he said this in quotation: Epic wants to have a direct relationship with our customers on all platforms where that's possible, said Sweeney. The great thing about the internet and the digital revolution is that this is possible now that physical storefronts and distributors are no longer required. So they're basically cutting out the middleman, aka Google Store, Play Store. It's not something personal, it's just the fact that it's just like, the thing is, there's gonna be a 30% store tax for Epic Games, which, you know, they're not gonna be too happy about, you know.
Oh.
by cutting out the little middleman, they're probably gonna get more higher and probably gonna make Fortnite an even more popular game. Which is gonna be weird for me, because I personally thought... Question, did you have any predictions when Fortnite was gonna end, Dib?
Dude, it's still going on, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's still going on.
It's still a popular game. Dude, I'm just terrible at Fortnite, and I just don't like playing it for long periods of time because I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, no, I have... Dude, have you seen my video on it? I got 3 kills in like 8 games. Like,
the same sounds the same to me.
Yeah, no.
Get 3 kills, then die, or just die immediately.
Like, I did talk to.
Then just die immediately.
The thing is, I did talk to Not So Pro Kitty. Go check her out if you like. She was talking about how, like, I was just like, yeah, no, you're terrible, and I'm like, yeah, I know, like. The thing is, Not So Pro Kitty does Fortnite a lot, plays it a lot. I think she's actually playing it now, I wouldn't be surprised. But currently she is a lot better at Fortnite than I ever was and we ever were. So if you want to see like fucking content of that, then just go to Not So Pro Kitty. Like, because I doubt me and Dib are ever gonna play because we're just like, I'm shitty.
I'm not very good at it now.
But, yeah. There's actually 2 news about Fortnite, because Fortnite's everywhere. But, here's a weird thing that I found. Parents are getting their kids Fortnite tutors. People are apparently talking about, there's like the Wall Street Journal, you know the news company, right? In America. Dib?
I'm listening. I'm saying yep. Yep.
Oh, you were just cutting out there for a bit. Okay, but yeah. There's like apparently a lot of parents are now giving tutors for kids that want to play Fortnite. So that means they're giving kids lessons on how to play Fortnite better. Which I personally... Why?
Asking me why first? Or, like,
yeah, no, I'm asking in general. You can like, what do you
so that's, even if like the game stops being relevant, if they take the experience into another competitive survival game in the future, or like say like if there's a game that ever booms better than Fortnite that had tutors or like really learns the game. I feel like with the tutors, they should have someone that actually knows that, or like gets like a good results. Obviously, you don't want a player that just kind of knows the basics of the game, but they themselves aren't that good. But like it's a League of Legends kind of deal, like esports, what have you. But I think it's kind of dumb too.
Yeah, no.
Just personally, as someone who doesn't like Fortnite all too much, I wouldn't waste time with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take the time to buy my kid a Fortnite. That's dumb. It's dumb. That's all it is. It's dumb. They probably saw Ninja making a bunch of money and they're like, hey, this might be a good future for my kid.
Yeah,
I made them a competitive Fortnite player.
I think that's it, but then you gotta realize, like, it's not, like, it's like the same thing with, like, how we are doing right now. Like, we are not paid to do this, but it's like, what people gotta realize is that people don't usually watch, like, say, they don't really watch Ninja just because he's, like, good at Fortnite. Like, sure, you can watch people to be good at Fortnite, but, like, if you don't... Like, if you really, like, want to be the best of the best, you gotta learn how to really, like... I would, like, learn some comedy lessons and, like, stuff like that. Something about, like, stand-up and, like, how to improvise. Like, lessons about that is more, like, relevant to me, if you ask me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just having a tutor for like how to be
Yeah.
like interactive and like stuff like that, that would be a better lesson to me than a like Fortnite one. Because like again, when people watch Dull Dummy, they don't watch Dull Dummy for like, they don't watch me for my skill. Like, come on, I do visual novels for fuck's sake. Like nobody's gonna be like,
that's very skillful. It is very skillful.
I mean,
Please, in-gamely.
yeah, no, it's like
Saying the right thing to please them. Yeah, there we go. That takes skill, boy. That takes skill. Option 1 or option 2, absolutely.
yeah, just very difficult.
Very difficult.
Especially when the options are, hey, nice to meet you, and fuck you. That's the two options you get. Like, what do? I'd probably say the first one. It's like, you did it. It's like, wow, you're so skilled. But yeah, again, I've really, like, I was actually thinking about it, and like, reading this, it says here, some parents claim they simply don't want their kids losing matches. Others are taking lessons for themselves, so they aren't so embarrassed when they play the game. And some are even taking lessons alongside their kid as a bonding experience. I understand the bonding experience, and like maybe like show up for themselves, sure. I guess like buying it for yourself, kind of like, yeah, I want to get good at the game so I can like play with my kid, or like stuff like that. But like, some parents claims they simply don't want their kids losing matches. Like, why do they care? Like,
no, not like the spending time with kids. I think that's awesome to like in all honesty, and like how I see it, like, you know, if a parent does spend a time with their kid playing a video game, I think that's really awesome. I think that's a cool bonding experience that, you know, if you have a kid, you know, you're relatively young, they want to play a game with you, take the time, sit down and play a game with them. They'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, but it's like, but one thing I don't like I understand that, like, yeah, taking like lessons for yourself so you can like get good at the game, so like you can play with your kid.
That's not so.
What?
Dude, getting a tutor to play a game. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it's like, come on, you're not good at the game, and your kid is fucking experienced. Then that's the point where you're like, oh shit, I don't know how to play this game. But it's like, I guess if you don't know at all, that's a good way to do it, because like, I've kind of like taught my grandmother and grandfather how to like use a computer, and that shit is difficult to do because like my grandparents have no idea on technology.
Old person, just like basic electronic stuff of a modern era is entertaining to watch. and like, but like if, for example, your dad has never played a video game ever, then that's a good reason to maybe be like, okay, I'm gonna get a tutor. Like, that's understandable. You know what I mean? But the one thing I don't get is some parents claim they simply don't want their kids losing matches. Like, why does that matter? Like, it's such an ego thing.
Yeah,
no one cares about losing a game.
Like, are you gonna brag to the neighborhood barbecue that your son is very good at Fortnite? Like,
just won a game of Fortnite. I mean, having to play the game, winning first is actually really good. That's something to gloat about, I think.
But I'm just like, why? I mean, I can kind of understand why. Like, reading it, I kind of understand a little bit more. But the thing is, they said these coaches are typically found on social media or contacting sites, with one site claiming it has hired out over 1,400 Fortnite coaches since March. That's a lot. One coach, an 18-year-old professional player from Utah, finds the situation odd. And he said, "My dad would have never paid for me to take video game lessons," he said. And I'm gonna agree with that because, like, my dad would personally don't care. Like,
he knows that's dumb.
Yeah.
he knows that's dumb. Oh, my dad didn't want me to learn about Fortnite. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a video game. Like, he would probably want you to learn the piano or get like a football coach or whatever activity you like doing at school. He'd do that.
Yeah.
For a Fortnite game, that might just die out at some point.
I was actually thinking about it because I was talking to like Elliot. Elliot is a professional. He was a professional. He used to play a lot of like not Fortnite but Brawlhalla. You remember that game, Dib? Brawlhalla?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot was in a lot of tournaments. Like, you know Elliot from my channel, where he's like, he often comes in from time to time. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast, maybe one day, who knows. But yeah, he basically plays a lot, and I mean a lot, of Brawlhalla for a while. And he was just a professional. He was like joining tournaments and stuff, and he played against the top 2 people in the world. And that was kind of like, that's big for him, and understandable. But yeah, the way Elliot got good at the game was just playing. Like, he just kept playing and playing and playing. Like just, if you play something a lot enough, then you're basically gonna be as good as like a good one. Like the reason I am not good at Fortnite is because, first of all, I don't find the game extremely fun. I find it fun, sure, but I only play it with friends. Like, I never want to play Fortnite alone. Like, let's be honest. How often are you like, I want to play Fortnite alone and just want to play for hours? Like, not really. I mean, people do that, but like, personally, I could never do that.
Smash Brothers is a fine example of, if you actually dedicate yourself to a game, like actually like to a character. I mean, like say you play like the worst character in the game. Let's say you play like Zelda, but you've played Zelda for so long, you understand like spacing. You understand when's the best time to do your spells. You know the best time to do your smash attacks, your throws, what have you. Good. Like one time I was playing a match against a Zelda who was just literally just using the special skills, but she timed it so well all of the time. Either she did it to the point where I'd get hit by another spell, or she'd be able to grab me or smash attack me.
Yeah.
Of her skills, and she knew the timing of the enemy's skills.
It comes to how good you are, per se. It's not about the game at some point.
At some point, it's just you as a player.
Yeah.
How good are you as, how long have you been playing a character? I main DDD and Lucario, and DDD is considered one of the worst characters in the game.
Yeah, I also saw. The thing is, here's the deal. It's like how I think it was me, Dib, and Connor back in the old days of FNAF comics. This was when Dib and Connor was very new, and like we decided to just play a little bit of like things for fun, like, and we play for fun, right? And literally, I pick a lot of Wii Fit Trainer, which is one of the bigger ones. It's one of the high top tier ones, and it's because I generally like playing Wii Fit Trainer. I find her funny because she's like a very fitness person, like, step it up, work it hard, and like whenever she's like crawling, she always like does sit-ups, like push-ups and stuff, and I find that hilarious. But like, me versus Dib is fucking way better than me at fucking that game. Like, both Dib and Connor just has played Smash for so long, I barely play it, so like in that sense, yeah, Connor and like Dib, who's playing DDD, I could barely touch him. Like, I got close.
Once you anime convention Smash tournaments, my boy.
Yeah, the fun thing, I've actually played once in a tournament in fucking the game. And I first played Melee, and I was just like, I fucking suck at this game. Then I played, like, the Wii U version, and I fucking won very much. But I ended up losing, though, against, like, a top-tier player. And that's actually kind of funny, like that. Because I lost almost immediately to one guy, and he was in Melee, and I was like, he played Melee and Smash, like, Smash Bros. Brawl, like, Wii U. Oh, fuck it, I can't. Was it Wii U? Yeah. But yeah, he played, like, we played Wii U and the Melee one. he beat me in Melee with no problems, but when it came to the Wii U version, I beat him. Like,
Absolutely, yep.
yeah.
The hands-on experience.
Yeah, and that's because I'm more like, he is much more experienced with Melee, and I'm much more experienced with that. But like, I would never hire a tutor to teach me how to play Brawl. I would just be like, you know, I suck right now, but I'm slowly getting better. Like,
learning the game's better.
Yeah. Like, the same is like whenever you have a hard time beating a level in, like, Mario. But that's when you gotta play again, and suddenly you beat it. And that's that really, like, satisfying, like, yes! I did it! And, like, if I got taught how to do it, then I would feel like a little bit like, oh, well, I did this because of my teacher. Yeah.
The basics of the game, of which I could have just watched a YouTube video. Where just watch a YouTube video then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to pay for a tutor. Just watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Watch how people play the game.
There's actually, like, you know, top 5 things that noobs don't realize about Fortnite. Like, that's how you get good at Fortnite. You just watch those videos and, like, see how people fail. Because then you know not to fail like them. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I've gotten so good with DDD to the point where I'm effectively... I really know how to use Jet Hammer. Without like even reaching like 100%, like I'm like always below 100%. I always kill early with Jet Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like I fucking used to play DDD a lot as well before, and I was just like, the Jet Hammer seemed like such a powerful and cool move, but it always is like you can tell when it's charging up, and if you just stay far away. Then they take damage, so you just stay far away. But then it's like
it takes skill to get the timing right on Jet Hammer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really powerful skill that not many people really take advantage of. I think it's just because they don't ever take the time to learn it. If you take the time to learn it, it's essentially a really fast smash attack. It's so good.
Yeah.
Really good. There are times where you can't use it at all, like let's say a Mario. If you're in a Mario fight, yeah, no.
Yeah,
like
no.
Maybe like if they like you have to really if you're really good at it, like I am, you will find the best time to do it. But for the most part, you just can't like long charge it when they're spamming Fireball.
Yeah,
and like you would just get hit. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Fireball is crazy on fucking that as well. Okay. Well, before we sidetrack too much, we might as well talk about another thing, which I found very interesting. Riot Games, you know them from League of Legends, right? Riot Games says it's working on more than just League of Legends, possibly including an MMO. League of Legends isn't going away, but Riot would like to spread its wings. Basically, Riot is talking about here that they are actually working on a second game. Which is pretty big, since Riot has not done anything but fucking, like...
League of Legends. You know why they're doing a new game? Because League of Legends is dying.
It's not dying, though. Like, League of Legends is doing fantastic.
Like, it's massive. It had, like, a really huge fan base. Now it's just... No one's liking the recent updates. No one really liked Zoe when she came out. No one really liked... I forgot what the other changes were, but they just really hated Zoe. They're like, okay, this is it. This is the last stupid character that's newly added to the game. It's just dumb.
Yeah. But like all the me and Div both played League of Legends. Like we're Lightning Brothers technically.
Oh, Lightning Brothers. You want to do some of that sometime today too? Lightning Brother.
Yeah.
Lightning Brothers 3.
Well, I'm gonna have to wait after the thing, but yeah. But the thing is, Riot Games is kind of it says here, Riot Games is kind of an ironically named developer because for all practical purposes, it only makes the decade-old League of Legends. But co-founder Mark Merrill told Variety that the studio is looking to branch out into things, although it's still trying to figure out exactly what. Now, that could mean anything. Like, that could mean they are just like, we're just gonna make something from the League of Legends universe, or not. Like, who knows? But Tryndamere, or Mark Merrill, his name is Tryndamere on Twitter, because, you know, he had Tryndamere as his fucking profile pic ever since. Actually, it was funny. Early days, I remember so fast that people were claiming that, like, the developer didn't want to nerf Tryndamere because he had him as a profile icon and his name. So for the longest time, people were like, "Oh, he's just biased because he likes the character." But yeah, but they are saying like there might be an MMO coming, but there might also be just regular new game. Like, so who knows? But the question is like, I was thinking like a MMO set in the League of Legends universe would actually kind of be cool. I would imagine.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd play that.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't think I could ever play it forever. Like, the thing is, you gotta make something cool out of it. Like, say it like this. We've had so many MMOs, and like, over the years, like, we have so many, like, Terra, we had, Arcade, we had World of Warcraft, we had, like, all these, like, big games, big titles. But, like Final Fantasy 14, actually a game I like. But it's like, I feel like an MMO of League of Legends, they gotta do something with the combat, I feel like. Like, if they just make it buttons, like, if they just make it like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, then it's just not gonna be too interesting. Like, I feel like they gotta really expand on this, and that's what's gonna be interesting, I feel like, if they're making it.
Final Fantasy 14. Well, I absolutely love the game too. Go check, like, oh my god, like the things me and Yurt did were just funny on that game. We played it for a while we had the memberships. That was a lot of fun. The one thing I don't like about Final Fantasy 14, I love the game, I love the classes, I love the characters. I really like the characters. The characters are really fun to talk. I mean, like, there's a lot of the story is really good. However, I hate the boss battles in Final Fantasy 14 because they're not boss battles anymore. They're just because you have to learn the boss fight before actually playing the boss fight. I know that sounds stupid, but if you don't know the boss fight before you go in, people yell at you. People are mean to you. First two boss fights I did, people complained because I didn't know how the boss, like, what the boss fight did. You have to learn everything, and that's just dumb to me.
Well, it's kind of funny actually, because that they actually kind of changed that by just, here's the deal, later bosses are like that. You gotta know what you got. You gotta know everything, basically.
I mean, but like before I even play the boss fight, like, you know, that first boss experience, you get that, you know, in that game you get like a first boss experience ruined because you had to study the boss before actually going into it. You pretty much lose.
The problem is Final Fantasy is very, let's just say, every single, like in most Final Fantasy games, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the times they like to teach mechanics through game overs. Like, it's like, well, you died. How? Well, you gotta find out why. Like, there might have been a spell that he casted that might have killed you, and that you gotta look through, and then you can go in again, and that's kind of like what they've always been doing. Now the problem is, it works well in say a regular game or like a co-op game. Like if you're cooperative and like you play with your best friend, then it's like, oh yeah, of course I gotta be careful with this or this. Like, then yeah, you gotta like, some people are like, oh, there's gonna be a monster here. We have no idea how to beat it. Let's just trial and error it. But the problem is, as soon as people start learning the tactics, they will write it down, and then they will just be like, yeah, now we know the tactics, and if people don't follow the tactics, fuck them. Like, it's stupid system. But it's like, I feel like it's kind of like problematic because you don't really know. It's kind of up to the fan base, and the fan base is sometimes understandable, sometimes not.
Yeah.
Which are gonna be.
I mean, if I wasn't spoiled the boss fight, like just like, let's say I just wanted to do it straight up the bat, just not actually watch the boss fight first, like experience for myself, that would be completely ruined simply by people being upset that I didn't watch like a video on it or just know how the boss fight went. Like you have to you have to watch a video on the boss fight. I just don't like boss fights.
Yeah. Well, let me explain the thing. Actually, let me just show you not just explain, show you a thing. Back when I was I played World of Warcraft. I kind of play it from time to time nowadays, and it's mostly just because of my guild. And I was talking to some of my friends over the internet. We was me and a couple others. Now, we were doing a mythic dungeon. Now, if you don't know what mythic dungeon is, it's basically a dungeon where you go through, but it's mythic plus. So basically that means you basically have a certain difficulty level, and we were playing on a very difficult level. And at that time, everybody was dying, and we had trouble with one boss. And I was playing as a tank. Now, I was playing as a Blood Death Knight. If you don't know what Blood Death Knight is, it's basically what I have is basically just lifesteal, and that's about it. I don't have anything else. I have a little bit of tanking, but it's like most of my abilities are just like steal health, steal health, steal health, like that kind of stuff. Now, there was a point where people kept running into eggs and was pulling the boss with the eggs and stuff. Now, everybody else died, including the healer and everybody else, because they kept pulling the mini dragons. And we were all friends, so we were like, oh shit, we gotta find a way around it. That experience of me going over and over again, it was like, oh god, we gotta defeat it somehow. Then at the end, you know what happened? I learned how the boss worked from that experience. So I seriously took the boss down. It was a 30-minute fight where all I did was just regulate and be careful with certain moves and interrupt other moves and just kind of doing the thing. And I was literally fighting there, and I survived to the end and killed it. Managed to do an entire boss meant for 5 people by myself.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
See, that's what I wish you could actually just take the time, play the boss fight. But yeah, in terms of Final Fantasy, for the most part, with let's say dungeons, for example, that's fine. Bosses in dungeons. I'm just talking story bosses, the story bosses of Final Fantasy.
The story bosses are actually a little bit weird though.
Yeah. I just have to watch videos on it. But I do, in all honesty, I do fight where I just play it and I can learn it. And it's experience firsthand. I don't have to be spoiled the boss fight.
It's kind of like Dark Souls. You kind of jump in, you have no idea what's happening, and then you kind of learn as you go. Oh shit, he's going to do a big attack, and it's you gotta roll in. I can't do damage to him ever if I just keep staying back here and holding my shield up. I gotta roll in while he's doing an attack, and then jump back out. You kind of learn to do that to the first boss, but very late. And that's kind of why...
basic stuff.
Yeah. But it's
pulling aggro and... aggro meter, yep.
Yeah, it's very interesting like that. But yeah. A lot of boss fights are pretty shitty like that, where it's you gotta know, but it's ugh.
You just gotta know everything it does. You gotta know the AoE before the fight. You gotta know if it does an insta-kill. You gotta know if it pushes people off stages. Oh, I think a great example is have you ever fought the Leviathan in Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
God, that boss fight. Man, I'd feel bad for the soul who didn't watch the video first.
Yeah, no.
Straight off the bat, they didn't know what went on in that fight.
Here's the deal. I died so many fucking times to that thing. I just had no idea until my friend told me about it, and I was like, oh, that's how I do it. But yeah.
Yeah. God.
Next. Okay, we have one final thing before we move on to the second part of this thing, and that is this final countdown, the final story, the final news flash. Flash sales are returning to Steam. Do you know what a flash sale is, Dib?
You're 80% off. I love that.
Yeah,
You're
no.
doing that?
80% off on 12 hours chunk. just like they're gonna have 50% off, then suddenly it's gonna turn to 80% off for like 12 hours. Like,
I think they did that for RPG Maker DLC.
They're doing that. They're starting to do that again now for people who are active, which is fantastic. I don't know why they took it away. It's one of the best fucking things. I understand if they had to save money, but like that stuff was so fucking like cool that it was just like, it's like, oh, well, this one is 50% off. Oh, but now it's 80% off. Yeah. So yeah, they're adding that back to Steam, and do you have any funny experience with that, or do, like, you remember, like, just something cool about that?
80% stuff. Well, for the most part, I usually take advantage of that stuff on, like, the PlayStation Store, so I know the excitement for it. I don't think I've really partaked in any 8% Steam stuff. I think it's probably more beneficial, being the fact that a lot of the games on here are like $10 or $10 to $20 or less. 80% offers being really good. You get stacked up on video games.
Here's what I'm gonna suggest to you guys. Do you know a game who is really fucking expensive? That is fucking has like 1 million DLCs or something like that? If you wait until, if you look at it, and if it ever goes on 80%, I would recommend you buying it. Like, for example, you know what I bought for an 80% sale? I bought the entire list of Sims 3 of all the DLCs.
Yeah.
It was all on 80%. So at that point I was like, well, that's a fucking steal. I'm buying that shit. It's like, why wouldn't I? It was such a good price, and I'm excited for that to return. But yeah, look for games who are usually very expensive or like has a lot of DLCs, because then you can get a real good deal. All right. Nothing real to add about that, but that is an exciting news. Okay. Right, are you ready for part 2 of the podcast, Dib?
Ready. Part 2!
Part 2!
Part 2. Oh, part 2.
Yeah. So today's topic, which me and Dib, we didn't really discuss it that much, but we just like showed it up. This is basically a section of the podcast where we will do our top 3 things of certain scenarios. This original idea was actually from GRR podcast from back in 2010. They recently, I don't think they ever like continued it, so they have stopped it completely at this point. I mean, they used to talk about MacGyver, so I mean, they're a little bit irrelevant at this point, but you know, I would recommend checking them out real quick, like one time. But yeah. What we are doing today is one of my favorite lists of one of those lists, or like one good list that a lot of people have discussed in the past as well, and that is, what is it, Dib?
What would you bring to a survival apocalypse?
That's right, top 3 zombie apocalypse kind of items. Now say it like this. There's no like real rules to this one. Maybe in future we add rules to
this one.
Yeah, well, like maybe like one day we'll actually have rules like set like no like things, no like that.
That's good.
Like no Dragon Balls, for example. Like wish it away. Like
tricky goods.
Like we were discussing some, like, basically this is going to be a discussion on our top 3 picks on what we want in a zombie apocalypse. Now, oh god, I forgot to have my list ready. Right, Dib, why don't you start us off since you're ready?
Alrighty. So this is it, my boys. This is the long-awaited reveal on what 3 things I would bring.
First of all, we just say your first thing. pick first?
So here's my first thing. Here's the first thing.
Or like number
really
3
nice.
per se. Like the number 3. Like you have a top 3.
Oh, so top 3. Okay. So the number 3rd thing I'd bring to an apocalypse is chainsaws.
Chainsaws. So to basically cut down every single like zombie you see.
Yeah, and I train a rabbit. I would train a rabbit to do that.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that. So if you don't know, Dib sent me a picture of it, and all I could see was just a rabbit holding chainsaws, and I was like, okay. But it's like, okay, so you would have a rabbit wielding chainsaws.
Wielding chainsaws, yeah.
Now,
That was the plot twist. I just said chainsaws, but then I added
a rabbit.
I train a rabbit holding chainsaws.
Well, I know for a fact, by having a rabbit in my past, I know for a fact they're fucking ferocious. So that's not a problem, but...
Every zombie apocalypse always has to have that guy that trains like an animal to do crazy shit. And for this instance, I want to train a rabbit because they're the most precious.
Now, question though, like, what are you gonna do with this rabbit? Are you just gonna let it loose and be like, "Go, my child," or are you going to like keep it on leash?
I'd have him defend me against the various evils that lurk in a zombie apocalypse, like zombies, crazy people.
Yeah, just crazy people in general. I mean, at this point, Dib, I feel like you are one of the crazy people.
At this point, I'm one of the crazy people.
Like, let's
even
be honest.
crazier than I am. I'm
Who the
good
fuck
crazy.
chases
Bad crazy. I'm talking about like bad crazy. I'm good crazy.
Yeah, but like, yeah. I mean, you bring up a point.
So adorable.
They're also
so adorable.
I guess somebody would like have a rifle and see like a rabbit wielding chainsaws run down an alley. I'll be like, well, I can't kill that one.
Yeah, perfect. It's the perfect way.
Oh
it's
god,
too adorable for you to kill, and it's too adorable for you to take actual seriousness into, and that's why I'd win.
Oh god.
The ultimate ally.
The ultimate ally.
Summoning a dragon or Earth. Bam! Rabbit with chainsaws. That's how you win.
Now, okay. Well, I don't know if I can beat that, but my number 3, because my number 3 is... Okay, so let me explain. It's a wheelchair. But let me explain. You have probably seen a lot of zombie movies, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, who often gets caught first? It's the guy who trips. Right. Now, if I'm in a wheelchair...
Sure. People be hollering your...
Yeah. I would... Look, if things get the worst, I fucking bolt like this guy. Come on. You're just like... And also, in the zombie apocalypse, I know for a fact that I might... Look, I'm not the most... Like, I'm a nimble person, yeah, sure, but like... In a zombie apocalypse, there's no safety repercussions around the streets or something. Like, at that point, everything is falling apart. You know everything is gonna be, like, halfway breaking down, or, like, something is gonna happen. Like, maybe a zombie has, like, a fucking... throws a rock at your feet, and you're like, ow, fuck my feet! But that's the no problem if you have a wheelchair. Like, you can just roll out of safety. So, yeah, try to argue that one.
Yeah, that would be a very good. And hey, you have mobile transport. You don't have to walk everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Bam.
And then you save energy. And
except your arms are gonna get really buff.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get.
Your arms are gonna wind up being buff. They'll just will because you've been hauling your whole body mass all day with just the wheels.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the thing. If you have a wheelchair, you'll be safe. Like people said, yeah, you could use a bicycle, but a bicycle, like at some point you're gonna it's gonna off balance you, or like you're gonna trip and stuff. You never see fucking wheelchair. You barely see wheelchairs fall over, do you? Like
wheelchairs are good.
Wheelchairs are sturdy.
Because then even like your arm muscles will get better. That means you punch harder, and I could see that being useful in situations.
Yeah.
like it's not a fighting game. In real life, it's not like a fighting game where you kicks. It's like it's all about the being able to punch people.
Yeah.
I think punching is more valuable than kicking shit.
I mean, Dive Kick is a great game, but sorry. One Punch Man is way better.
One punch.
I just run up to people like, "Pwah!" And that will be my strategy. Okay. You're number 3. No, 2, Deb.
My number 2. Clearly, the next number 2 thing I would bring is the G11, and we're not talking about bingo, my folks. It's an actual gun.
I'll take G11 for 500, Mike. Brains.
So, like, I played like Black Ops 2, and the G11 was my gun. That's the gun I would go to. It has good range. It's like, it's got great damage. It's just really good. It's everything, and it has like a different mode too. I think it had like 2 different modes, like assault mode and like us, you know, like there's like a rapid fire, and then there's just burst. So you can save ammo, but also at the same time you can also do a lot of. Also, because my like yeah, never mind. But yeah, that's the reason. Yep. What's the question?
Question about like ammo though. What kind of ammo does it use?
Good one. I think it just like M16 or something like that.
Oh right, so it uses like regular ammo, per se.
This is assault rifle ammo, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you live in America, that's no problem for you, but in my scenario, that would be, well...
Live with us?
Yeah. Like, I understand, like, the reason of having, like, a gun. It'd be good, like, if in case they get a little bit, like, handsy and start, like, fucking run around you. Now, that's the problem. Like, with, now, you gotta always carry around ammo on you, but I guess you have actually a plan against that. But, like, the bunny, though, when those chainsaws run out of fuel, you have always, like, there's always, like a gas station, or there's places where you can get fuel. Like, you're always gonna have that available. But like, do you think you're ever like gonna run out of ammo though?
That's a good question. I think any gun's entitled to run out of ammo at some point. You just need to get more. That's a given in any zombie apocalypse. At some point, you're just gonna run out of ammo, and there you have to, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like whenever you just run out of ammo, you're just in a zombie apocalypse. You're just donezo. There's nothing really what you can do. Or like you can swing your baseball bat, sure, but if you're in a mob, you're just dead. You're just donezo.
I mean, here's what I heard a lot of people say. Oh, in a zombie apocalypse, I would bring a flamethrower. And I'm like, flamethrower is probably the worst thing you can ever pick.
Yeah, because like the zombies aren't gonna care if they're on. Well, I don't really know.
Well, it's also the fact that like if you handle a flamethrower a little bit wrong, then you can actually like kill yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Just bring the gun.
Yeah.
And they can't kill you.
Like flamethrowers aren't like how you see them in game. Like, I like how I'm arguing that while you have a fucking chainsaw wielding rabbit. I feel like I'm on...
flamethrower is crazy. Like, as he's saying this to the guy who was trained.
Yeah.
Rather being able to wield a chainsaw. Wield chainsaw.
Okay. Well, my number 2 is actually kind of number 2, and it rhymes with number 2 because it is a canoe. Now, see, there's me leaving the wheelchair and just going on my canoe ride. Now, why would I pick a canoe, you ask? So, a lot of times, like, I'm thinking, like, in a zombie apocalypse, I am afraid of, like, there's one problem. And that is, like, where can you sleep? Where's the time to sleep? Like, you're gonna probably, like, if you don't find a good shelter, you're probably gonna be awake for, like, say, 6, like, to 7, like, days. And that is a problem, because the more sleepy you are, the more sloppy you're gonna get. And the more sloppy you're gonna run around on your wheelchair. Like, obviously. And that's when you have a canoe, because the thing is, you can hide your entire body in a canoe.
Yeah.
You can turn it upside down, and lie inside it, and you'll still like it might not be the most comfortable sleeping position, but it's gonna be a sleeping position. Like you can sleep in it.
Air.
Just pray to God you don't snore.
Wouldn't you run out of air though? There's no air.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna turn it upside down in the water, Dib. I'm gonna turn it upside down in the fucking...
Yeah, on land, I mean. Yeah, even on land, like...
But, like, the canoe is shaped like a U. Like, there's always, like, holes in it. It's gonna be holes where, like, air's gonna come in. Like, you know, when if it's upside down, like, there's a little, like, room from, like, the basically the ledge for where, like, the middle of part of it is basically enough for me to get air from it. It's gonna be a tight one, but it's gonna be, like, a little bit, like, I'm gonna be able to get air from it.
Bring that thing around.
Yeah. And the thing is, if I ever come to a point where I'm almost like, oh, the problem is, like, in a zombie apocalypse, you never see zombies swim, do you?
I suppose staying on water is one of the best things ever.
Yeah. But it's like, I've never seen a zombie swim. And I've seen, like, zombies, like, crawl from, like, the bottom and, like, up from that, but, like, it's gonna be a while before, like, a bunch of zombies will able to create, like, a land bridge to me.
A pretty good way to live.
Yeah.
Gonna swim to you.
You gonna swim to me? But yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they would. Or if they did, they might also keep in mind they might also infect the area around them, like the sharks.
Yeah. Oh god, bears. Zombie sharks? I didn't think this through.
Oh my god, zombie sharks.
I think I'm screwed if they're zombie sharks. Oh, you know what actually is worse? Zombie birds. If they swoop down and bite you, like, you're fucked.
Zombie birds. Oh, I didn't even think about that. No!
Yeah.
No, zombie birds.
Well, it's kind of hard to catch a bird, so I doubt the zombies will be able to do that, but hey. Anything is possible. It's a zombie apocalypse. Am I right? Alright. Dib. What is your number one?
So clearly, my number one of all time would be, and it would even, but yeah, you know what I'd bring?
What is it? You say it again.
Bring a blunderbuss.
A blunderbuss.
And I'm not talking about a shotgun. I'm talking like an actual blunderbuss. I'd actually want a bus.
He wants a bus that's blundering. It comes down with a blunder. It's a blunderbuss. To be fair,
like this is an act like the blunder it's kind of a joke. A blunderbuss isn't like a bus, but no, a blunderbuss is an actual bus. A blunderbuss, like this is a blunderbuss. The what you see right now, blunderbuss.
It's a fucking big ass green bus. It's too. Is it like? There's like I can see a good reason to have a fucking bus with you. Cause there's a lot of room to sleep, right? And in a zombie apocalypse, if there's one place I would not check for a fucking human if I were a zombie, it's in a bus.
It's in just this ridiculous bus, yes.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, and it's like, I kind of understand where you're coming from, but what are you gonna do?
I could haul your canoe around. I could haul your canoe. I could play bus songs. The wheels on the bus go round and round and round, round and round.
Okay.
I know I could spice up my ride. I could make it look really cool.
You can make it look real cool.
So as soon as we hit a lane where like all the cars just kind of stop, you know how you usually see in like Apocalypse where all the cars are just stopped and they're all piled up together.
Yeah, except the bus.
As far as I go.
Yeah.
That's as far as the bunny bus goes. So that's like 2 blocks.
The thing is, I kind of imagine you're just pulling over on your bus, opening the door, and just and a giant rabbit with chainsaws just come running out.
Yeah,
and people are just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a fucking nightmare for me. Like, just like...
blunderbuss. They're gonna be more unexpected about the rabbit I trained.
Yeah. Actually, what is more surprising? The fact you have a bus or the fact that you have a rabbit running around with chainsaws?
Rabbit.
One of those.
The rabbit.
Yeah.
I think number 3 was probably the strongest of my. I'd probably say of the.
Yeah, out of all of them.
Yeah, out of all of them, the blunderbuss probably being the least effective in terms of a zombie apocalypse, but the third one being the most effective.
Okay. Are you ready for my number 1?
I'd love to hear your number 1.
I have the thing is, I have a canoe and I have a wheelchair. Now,
So, how do you top that?
Yeah. Now here's the deal. What I will do, my number 1 is Dib. Now,
Yeah.
now here's the deal.
Yeah.
If I have Dib,
Yeah.
I'll have a blunderbuss, a fucking rabbit, and a gun on my side. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get the benefit. You get all the benefits of my list.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate number 1. I'm the number 1.
I'll get his entire list for myself as well.
You'll have the king of games at your side, as you said in your Yu-Gi-Oh! Tool Links video.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, I have. The thing is, I would put the canoe and the wheelchair in the bus, and when things get awry, Dib pulls over to the ocean, and we just jump in the canoe, and then we're out of there.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
And then we
there
come
we
back
go.
later.
That's how we do it. Back later.
Yeah.
When they're all gone. Yeah, exactly. It's a strategy.
Yeah, it's a strategy. But hey, just the idea of actually having like somebody else in the zombie apocalypse, like there's gonna be a point where like you kind of like one is gonna be asleep, but somebody has to keep watch, and that's always good.
It's nice to come with the buddy.
Yeah, you would never like to be in a zombie apocalypse alone. Like that's when you know you're screwed. Unless you're Tom Cruise, then that's fine. Other than that, though, that's when you know you're screwed.
Tim Cruise. Tim Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Cruise.
You're putting that on Tom Cruise control.
That would be pretty good if we combined resources.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
Damn it! I should have sent Tom Cruise. Yeah. Okay, I think that's the end of the list.
That's the end of the list, ladies and gents. That's what we bring to a zombie apocalypse, clearly.
No
The
food.
best list of 2018. No food, yeah, no food. No food.
No food or drinking water.
We would never eat the rabbit.
Like, I was thinking for a while
Never.
to have a life straw. I don't know if you know what a life straw is. It's those straws that, like, clears water through it. It's just like, I didn't think that through.
Safe food. I think food would be valuable, but yeah, but we were like all personal shit.
Yeah.
Like wheelchairs,
Yeah,
chainsaw,
I can eat the wheelchair, I guess.
canoes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our list.
Dude, the ultimate fusion.
Yeah.
A bunu.
Yeah.
A bus and a canoe.
We should have brought Storm Kitchen in there somewhere. A can of Red Bull. That's what will survive for us forever. And you know, zombies can't get to you if you fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. Dib, what are you doing this week?
Actually, all done with play performances, so now I'm just waiting a call back from Target to get a new job.
Yeah. You're getting yourself a side job, I see.
Yeah, job.
Are we gonna expect anything on your channel? Is it going to be a little bit of a week for you?
A week leak. A week leak.
A week.
I'm still gonna have pretty average content. I don't think it's gonna affect really, unless I like have a whole day of work, like I'm just there all day. It's gonna affect my content at all. If anything, gonna motivate me to keep up with it.
So yeah, go check out Dib the Awesome on YouTube for that. And for me, however, it's gonna be mostly just, again, Doll Dummy is never active. You can see this video, I guess. That's gonna be most of what I'm gonna upload. And if you want to look for content, though, you can look over at dncdating.com. dncdating.com. No.
DNCdating.com, where you can get all your merch.
Yeah, your DNC dating porn. That's right, porn site. No, but if you go on DNC Dating,
where
on
you
YouTube,
can check out Con Nuggets.
Yeah. Con Nuggets, yeah. The weird
Just
one.
like, the first thing you see when you click on the tab is just like Con having made chicken nuggets.
Yeah. But yeah, on DNC Dating, there's gonna be uploading. Again, we just finished uploading Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is finally done. And with that, there's also gonna be a lot more. Like, I'm currently editing a lot more visual novels for your viewing pleasure. But last but not least, they're going to be like my series where I talked about how I played Galgun. Well, that you're gonna be able to see, I think, during this week. I think. I'm not 100% certain, but I think. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Wanna hit us off, Dib?
Diabolical dynamic duo. Wait, did I say that right?
Dynamic duo. I mean,
diabolical dynamic. Is it diabolical
duo discussions.
Diabolical duo discussion.
We could put dynamic in there as well, but there was a lot of these.
That's what I meant to say. Diabolical duo discussions. Okay,
thank you guys for watching. We're here all week.
The next outro will be better. Next outro, I'll actually say the right lyrics.
Okay. Bye.